This episode is brought to you by our friends at BF Goodrich. Check them out using the link in the description below. Previously on For a Few Bucks Less.
So Andre, your truck needed over $1,000 worth of work to be safe to drive on the streets and the trails. What do you think of that?
Well, I am very upset, of course, because the whole point was to spend $2,500 and only have minor issues. And mine was not minor, and it's very upsetting.
Transmission's good. So close.
Oh, you got four-wheel drive.
I do?
It's back.
Four-wheel drive is back.
I think it is working. And I have a limited slip rear differential, my 373. Come on, dude. Oh.
Very articulated here. Maintain just a little bit of momentum, but not much at all. And look at that. What a difference.
All right, so the big plan is to drive from here in Boulder, Colorado, all the way to Ouray, which give or take is about 300 miles. But we also want to figure out which of these three vehicles is the most fuel efficient. So did you fill up, Tommy?
Yes.
Nathan?
Yep.
Yep. All right, so let's see which of these three vehicles goes the furthest on a gallon of gas, or in this case, however many gallons you've got in them. Cool, and then we'll also find out if they can actually make it to Telluride and back, because we're going to take it on one of the most scenic, one of the most beautiful, one of the most stunning Colorado off-road trails, Imogene. So let's hit the road. But first, let me show you what I'm driving. Now, just in case one of the boys doesn't make it to Telluride and back, I brought this. Yep, it's our trailer, but more importantly, I will be driving and supporting them in air-conditioned comfort behind the wheel of this. Yep, it's our long-term Ram TRX. Not only can it go off-road, but it can tow. And if I were guessing or gambling man, I would say that one of those three cars will be on the trailer on the way back, and the color of that car will be red. Just my guess.
All right, so we are about to leave. Roman's just giving us the orders. And my biggest issue, frankly, transmissions weren't exactly the strong suit of a vehicle like this. It's working just fine. I am a little worried about that. Things that I'm not seeing. It's running super cool. Yes, I'm still leaking a little bit of oil. I took care of a couple of the leaks, but I still have a couple others. I'm not really worried about losing oil as long as I keep checking it. And I am worried about electrical gremlins, but that's it.
Well, we're on the road. We're leaving our Boulder headquarters, and we're on the way towards Telluride, Montrose and Ouray, Colorado, that area. Around 300 miles, and I don't have any concerns. Yes, I went way over budget. I did not do it on purpose. It was really hard to buy a cheap truck during this economy, so I did have to make repairs, and I did that, and finally I think this truck is sorted really well. So I have no concerns. It should be very efficient. I'm gonna keep going, but my windows are open because there's no air conditioning, and it's one of the hottest weeks of the year. There you have it.
Now, first thing you need to know, I'm very, very, very hot. It is like 100 degrees out today. Obviously no air conditioning. Gotta keep the windows up so you can hear me on the camera. Number two, a little nervous about that check engine light. It's not great to, leave on a big cross-state trip with the check engine light. Not ideal. I've got some number of brake lights working depending on which direction I turn, and I've got a cassette in the stereo. So all is good for now. I think that this is the best of the three. I really do. It's the most comfortable. I think it's got the best four-wheel drive system. It's got solid axle front and back. It's certainly the most comfortable. So let's see what happens. Andre, I'm not sure they could make that Mazda any more brown. It's like following a suppository.
What, dude? It's amazing. It's got sticker package, decals. It's basically a Ranger Flash, but cooler.
Yeah, I'm not sure a Ranger Splash was all brown.
Tommy, what shade of blue would you say your Jeep is?
Several shades of blue, that's for sure. It's got a lot of different colors going on here.
So if I may, with brown, blue maybe, and red, we are the colors of the Armenian flag. Maybe next time, Andre, you could play along and get a white truck. That way we got something like kind of patriotic.
All right, gentlemen, how about this? We should make a bet and see who is gonna break down first and get on the trailer and be towed back.
The first one to break down has to get a tattoo.
Of what?
Roman.
Yeah, I'm not getting a tattoo of my dad on this planet.
My temperature gauge on my coolant is going up. My oil temperature gauge is not working, and my battery gauge is also not working.
To be brutally honest with you guys, the Jeep is either going to make this trip with no problems whatsoever, or something catastrophic is going to go on, like head gaskets fail or lose a gear in the trans, because I had this thing inspected by Toby, and it is pretty darn solid underneath and throughout. But it has 226,000 miles, and I don't know how many of those have been well taken care of miles. Judging by all the college stickers on the back, probably not all of them, so it might get exciting.
All right, here we go, boys. A test of your vehicle's ability to stay cool, climbing from 8,000 feet to just a mere, well, just under 12,000 feet up Monarch Pass. So, how are you all feeling about your chances of not overheating?
Well, my temperature gauge on my coolant does move between like a third and 2/3, and it's getting up there on 2/3. So I'm a tiny bit nervous.
Nathan, you look like you're struggling.
Everything's looking really good. I'm a little concerned about my oil, but my oil pressure's looking good. Yeah, I think everything's cool. I'm just not able to go very fast.
How about you, Tommy? How's your transmission temperature?
I don't know, I don't have a gauge, but here's how confident I'm feeling right now. Deploying 4.7 liters worth of V8 engine. There's 4,000 RPM. Bye, Andre!
No, 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 no!
Should've bought a V8, baby. This thing's got 230 whopping horsepower. Everything looks good. There's kind of a whine at full throttle, which is a little disconcerting, but oh yeah, I'm loving life right now.
I'm flat out, and my temperature gauge is climbing.
What is that whining noise?
All right, Tommy, you were waiting the lead going up this, but the mere fact that you've got a Jeep with a check engine light and you're winning this race is pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, above 4,000 RPM, there's this pretty alarming whine that kind of sounds like I have a supercharger, and I don't think I installed one. What is that? That's horrible.
That's okay. That's all like a freight train. Temperatures are good. Transmission overheat light is not
Oil pressure's a little high, but yeah, it's good. This 4.7 does have a little bit of a reputation for going kaput when it gets hot, but
fingers crossed. So far so good.
Andre, you're being bullied by an Xterra.
I know, but my temperature gauge keeps climbing.
Don't you have a 4-liter V6? We need them too. Yeah, the Nissan has a 4-liter. I have a 4-liter. I guess it's the battle.
Then entertain me. I stay back here to watch you fight the Xterra.
oh god, my transmission's overheating.
Should we pull off?
We need to pull up over, Tommy, or can you make it to the top? No, I'm just gonna lock it in second. I think we're almost to the top.
I think it might be a good idea for everybody concerned to pull off. Let them sit for a few minutes.
Let's pull over here, guys.
I think we did it. I think this is it.
Let's go to the parking area.
Well, I was so confident in this vehicle's ability. Did push a little hard. Probably should have known that, given the check engine light is on about a transmission problem anyways. But yeah, transmission over temp is not ideal. That was probably what the whining was.
Yeah, so there's my coolant temp gauge. It got mighty close to H, but it survived. And the Mazda lives to see another day.
I can smell a little bit of burning oil. Hold on. There we go.
Aha!
So, I'm gonna check it.
How do you open this?
It's just fine. You just have to give it a little bit of persuasion.
Ooh, doggies!
But it's fine. Just a little oil. Almost smells like wax. And it's burning. Just a little. This is why I didn't want to try to keep up with you guys.
Look! It's a beauty! Nothing wrong, completely.
Doesn't need much. About half a quart right there.
Fans are going overtime here, so yeah.
Can I show you some other damage you did?
What did I do?
Come here, look, let me show you. You were going so fast, you peeled back your little piece of molding on the top of your roof. You were going that quick. Look at that. It's like a jet. He peeled back. Look at that. He peeled back the molding on his roof. Yeah.
Totally got satellite now. Hey, Tommy. Need any?
It probably would be a bad thing to check it.
You might want to check it.
Yeah.
I got a little down.
My extreme speed has literally split the grill down the middle. Or maybe that happened when I put on the tow hooks, but I'm going with the extreme speed.
And then, of course, Tommy, who was the quickest, not only peeled back a piece of trim on his vehicle, overheated his transmission, but you burned your nose.
I did. Yes, I wanted to see if the fluid smelled burnt. And it didn't smell burnt, but it felt burnt, as is the tip of my nose.
So
Did you try to shove your nose in the thing?
No, I wanted to smell it and I got it too close and I burnt the tip of my nose.
Oh, that's awesome. Roman, he needs an earring in his nose. That way, you'll be fine with that, right, Tommy? Little bullhorn?
So that's supercharger wide.
Yeah, I could hear you.
what was that?
Probably the transmission
Transmission
dying.
Boiling.
The transmission, losing.
Yeah.
So
be fine.
hopefully it'll cool off on the way back down, right?
I won the race, though.
You did win the race.
I won the race. Alright, so I had the car idling for a long time to cool down the trans, and I turned it off, went to use the bathroom. Moment of truth. Transmission has cooled down. Transmission has cooled down. Now, quite honestly, did I need to drive that fast? Probably not, but I needed to prove who was boss here. What's going on?
How bad is it?
Well, it's fixed.
Oh, okay, no more warning light?
Well, we'll see how it shifts.
You don't have a transmission temp in there, do you?
No, I just have the light, no gauge.
All right, gentlemen, how far have you guys gone? What does your odometer say? You start, Andre, then Tommy, then Nathan.
So we just crossed about 202 miles of a road trip, and I'm doing perfectly. My truck says I have just a little bit over half of tank left.
Mine says between a quarter and a half.
It's kind of hard to read my gas gauge, so it looks like it's around a half a tank or maybe less. So I'm pretty good to go. It says 203.6 miles.
All right, well, I say we blow through Gunnison and push on to Montrose. It's about 75 miles. So if one of you guys runs out, I do have the trailer behind me.
No problemo.
I'm the only one of the three that has a trip computer, and mine is 162 miles to empty.
Right now I've got 204 miles. These things had a range of well over 300 miles when you take it easy. I'm not taking it easy, but I'm also not flying. So I think I'm okay. I think I have a half a tank.
We are past Gunnison, Colorado, an absolutely stunning part of the country here. Beautiful part of Colorado, big, wide, open valleys. Got this stunning lake here. Andre just saw a goat. It's just a very, very beautiful part of the nation. Jeep's doing well, 236.4 miles driven. All the temperatures look good. I feel bad that I overheated my transmission, getting a little overzealous there, but it feels like it's shifting pretty much normally. That's the interesting part, is if I didn't tell you that this thing had transmission issues, you probably have little to no idea, because it shifts smoothly and it doesn't feel like it's slipping. Tomorrow's going to be another question when we take this thing up a mountain off-road, but right now, all is well in the Jeep world.
Nathan, do you have any more fuel?
I think I have a quarter of a tank. Yep.
Huh. I've got about a third left, I think.
Alright, so the Jeep says we've got 282.9 miles. This computer up here says I have 77 miles till empty. That computer might as well be a game of Space Invaders, because that is just wrong. It's always wrong. It's just such a mess. Oh, now it just changed. It was 79, now it's 118. Now it's 135. Awesome. Here's a cool thing. I can also take a look at what my fuel economy is, and it says 20.5. That is also definitely wrong. If I did 15 or better, I'm gonna be stoked.
Andre said 280 miles.
280 miles, all right, we'll go off that. That sounds good. So, 15.7 gallons, 280 miles divided by 15.723. 17.8 mpg. Not bad.
So 17.8 is a number to beat.
Yes.
All right, Nathan, bring it on over. Does your car say anything, Nathan? No.
Are you kidding me? I have one airbag. This technology goes back to when you were taking your master's, 1996. That's about right?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, see, I was nice for once.
Yeah.
So Nathan, you used 10.97 gallons, which is impressive.
So what's his MPG?
Survey says, jeez, 25.52.
Woo! That is better than, actually that's better than a manufacturer thing, which I think is a 23.
That's pretty good.
Holy cow. Okay, well you heard it here first. This is the vehicle you buy. Who needs a Prius?
Hey, Roman. Hey. All right. So your tank leaks, Andre. What am I supposed to do with that?
So Roman, when it gets completely full to the brim,
Yeah.
there's something that leaks. So we got to be very careful. I would say let's go up to about 13 gallons or 14 gallons and see where it's at.
Wait. Well, hold on. So I can't fill it all the way up.
Well, we can, very carefully.
So basically what you're saying is you're going to cheat because your gas tank leaks.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Oh, I'm so sorry. No. I have to do a cleanup. Clean up on aisle 2. Clean up on...
Oh.
22, Andre.
22.2?
Yeah, 22.2.
Are you telling me that Nathan won?
Nathan won?
Oh.
And I managed to keep all the dead dinosaurs in my vehicle as opposed to leaking out of them.
Yeah, so we
Okay.
had 17.8, 22, and 25. The Blazer was the winner on road. But you're going to have to stay tuned.
Andre, you are leaking. I think gas underneath.
Yes, I just noticed.
You noticed that?
Thank you.
Okay.
That means the calculations are correct.
Okay, you filled it up, huh? So I'm just saying, Tommy, out of all the things you want to fix, you know, like blockers and steering knuckle, my number one priority would be a leaky gas tank.
Well, he didn't even put lockers in it.
He did.
No, he didn't.
He put them in the front. He put
That's not a
fucking hubs.
locker. That's not a locker.
But that's not the point,
even
though.
close to a locker.
I'm saying the leaking gas tank would be like.
Yeah, but it's just the top of the gas tank. It's not the bottom half. It's just the top.
So gas coming off the top won't catch on fire.
It's just the top 5% of the gas tank.
That won't catch on fire. Only the bottom part will, and burn it to the ground.
It's fine. It'll burn off.
Next time on For a Few Bucks Less.
All right, this is a little test of departure angle.
Oh no! Oh, this is gorgeous. Gorgeous, isn't it?
See how the Jeep articulates. Oh, yes. Look at that. What a machine.
No problems. Let's do something harder.
Andre, how many airbags do you have as we head on up the Shelf Road?
How many what?
Airbag.
0. I have 0 airbags.
Nathan, how about you?
I have one.
There you have it. I think I've got at least 2. And by at least 2, I mean 2. So that's double yours.
That didn't sound good.
That man didn't say that.